What's something that everybody knows, but nobody actually says out loud? Story number one. So, I've read a lot about this in the past year with being a new dad, but there's this weird intentional blind spot in the literature and discussion. SIDS. Sudden Infant Death Syndrome. Here's the thing which I think everybody, read new parents, knows, but no one says, SIDS is when your child suffocates because they don't have strong enough neck muscles to move themselves if they roll onto something which blocks their airways. In your first year of parenthood, everything you do is tempered by the many myriad of measures you put in place to reduce the chance of sudden infant death. No blankets in the crib, put them down on their back to sleep, have their crib in your room for the first 6 months, don't keep them in the car seat too long. Use a dummy, pacifier, etc., etc. Each of these things reduce the chance of SIDS by a small amount, and SIDS is very unlikely anyway, but the sudden death of your newborn child is so astronomically traumatic that anything you do to reduce the chance from 0.002% to 0.001% is worth it. But there's all this mystery about it. We don't really know what causes SIDS, etc. But we do, right? It's suffocation. But here's the rub. Say you are a new parent, and you do everything you can, but your kid rolls over in the night and can't alert you and they die. Because the literature around SIDS says, we don't really know what causes it. That means you aren't pointing the finger at the already traumatized parents. You aren't torturing them further by saying, this was because of something you didn't do. That's why it's something which I think everyone knows, but we all perpetuate the message that no one is at fault because we don't really know what causes it. Story number two. We all have dark thoughts that we don't act on. When my daughter was 5 or 6, she told my wife and I that she was a bad person because she had thoughts about what would happen if she did bad things. We had to explain to her that this was perfectly normal, and it was what she actually did that was important. We had many discussions about what her dark thoughts did and what to do when she had them. Story number 3. Happiness and success in life is based way more on luck and other things out of your control than we all pretend to believe. Luck of being born one color or another, one location or another, one race or another, one wealth category or another. Good luck in any category invariably leads to good luck in others as your life progresses. This is to say that hard work, honesty, and good-heartedness are often not enough to overcome the random good luck that others are born into and hardly appreciate as they stroll life on easy mode. Story number 4. Money absolutely matters, and it does buy happiness. Yeah. There are diminishing returns after a certain amount, but more money usually means a happier individual. This is because money means financial security. Buying food when you're hungry, having a home without fear, freedom to travel an appreciable distance, not having to worry so much about personal life changes like job loss, pregnancy, or health problems. You don't need all the money in the world. Just enough. Ability to do things that cost money with friends too. Going out for food, attending events, etc. Social activities can be free, but money gets you places and doing things. More specifically, money gives you time to do those things. Trains are cheaper than cars, but the commute is probably at least twice as long. Wealthy people can afford to have their chores done by others, so they have more free time on their hands. Wealthier people meet friends at a restaurant, or order food in DoorDash. This takes way less effort and time than cooking a meal personally. The greatest wealth is time. And poor people never have any of it because all their responsibilities cost so much of it. And this is exactly how they need to market streetcars and trains. They are better than cars, not just an alternative, and they could be even better. You could sell magazines, newspapers, food, and drinks on streetcars, for example. Back in the early dawn of streetcars, you could buy a beer on one. They should have free Wi-Fi. There are more possibilities, free mini libraries, etc. But instead, they are deliberately made to be as austere as possible so that they feel like a step down. Story number 5. When people betray or abuse you, they know what they're doing. They're doing it on purpose, and they're not sorry. They're consciously making a choice. You don't matter to other people as much as you matter to yourself. Incompetence is always a more likely explanation than malice. As Martin Luther King Jr. observed, the opposite of love isn't hate. It's apathy. Most people just aren't considering you when they make a decision. Latching onto ideas like, they did this to me on purpose, is basically self-soothing, because it reframes events in a way that keep you at the center of attention, which is often more comforting than the cold, hard truth that at the end of the day, none of us matter that much to most of the people we know. Sure, some people are sadistic and malicious, but they are overwhelmingly the outliers. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed these crazy stories, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and share with your friends. Got a story of your own? Drop it in the comments below. We'd love to hear it. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring those Reddit threads. See you soon.